Welcome everyone to the Club Jerky Mayhem Modifieds powered by Major's Garage. Tonight these SK Modifieds will be taking on USA International Speedway for 100 laps of racing action. I'm going to be calling all the action here tonight. I am at Lee Atman Weiss, and I'm excited to call all the racing action here again with the Mayhem Modified Series. Right now, with only 4 races left this season, we currently see a tight race for the point standings. Only 35 points separate first and second right now between Eddie Hughes and Sean Langton. Hughes and Langton have been trading back and forth on who wins each race lately. Last week, though, it ended up going to Eddie Hughes. He won last race at Iowa Speedway. He actually didn't. It actually wasn't looking like he was going to win the race. Jordan Duran's dominated most of the race, leading 33 of the 50 laps, but in the end, we saw Eddie Hughes coming up strong in the later portions of the race, leading 13 laps, and ended up getting the victory. And he also went from worst to first. Stephen Rochefort took second, third was David Ankenbauer, fourth was David Guarino, and then finishing fifth was Sean Langton. So now after that race, top 5 in points again, 35 points separate first and second. It's Eddie Hughes, Sean Langton, Thomas Eggleston, Scott Rochefort, and Stephen Rochefort. That is currently your top 5 in points. We have our SK Modified drivers heading out onto track right now. Three laps to try to set their best possible lap time. Looks like we do have a new face here tonight, and that's Kurt Workman in that number 93 machine. I believe this is his first start this season. Interested to see how he is going to do here tonight. Looks like Scott Rochefort to the top of the board with a 20.99. Stephen tops that with a 20.90. So right now 900 separate first and second. Kurt Workman to the top of the board. Then we see Thomas Eggleston, who's had a great season this season with a 20.85. Then we see Scott Rochefort in a second lap with a 20.74. And then Stephen Rochefort in his second lap with a 20.68. Stephen and Scott have been going at it all qualifying long for fastest time. It's a 20.68 for Stephen, 20.74 for Scott. And so that's going to mean that we are currently seeing less than a tenth separate first and second right now. Got David Ankenbauer on track, setting his lap times. Mike Durfee on, I believe, his second lap. Let's see how well he does. He actually gains his spot up into the top 5 with a 20.80. So good job to Mike Durfee. Looks like this is the third lap for him. And he is able to get to fourth. Eddie Hughes, last week's winner and your point standings leader, is able to get to second with a 20.73. Got about 100th closer to the pole than where Scott Rochefort was at, but still nobody can catch Stephen Rochefort. Does not do quite as good on his second lap, was 0.2 slower. Let's see, lap number 3. And Eddie Hughes on his third lap, they know what they say, third time's the charm. He's able to get to first on the board with a 20.65, 300ths. Separate first and second now. We got Michael Wallace on track. He's currently sitting in last. Is a little bit off at Eddie Hughes right now. 21.09 is his lap time, most recently. USA International Speedway, definitely a tricky track. So I do think we may see a lot of drivers struggle here. Ooh, looks like Michael Wallace blinked a little bit. I believe Michael Wallace has turned all of his laps and he's just continuing on practicing. And there we go. Qualifying is wrapping up here. And we are getting set now for the heat race. And we're going to take a look here at the starting lineup. Starting on the pole with a 20.645, we have Eddie Hughes. Then outside of him, it's Scott Rochefort. In third with the Wide World of Motorsports Racing team, it's Thomas Eggleston. Fourth will be David Guarino. And then in fifth, it's New York's Seth French. And then in sixth, we have Michael Wallace in that 64 machine. And I do want to say here's our heat racing format. The top 8 in these heat races will be inverted. So that's actually the top 4 in each heat race. So say, for example, let's see, David Guarino, he finishes 4th. He will be starting on the front row for the feature. And there we go. We have all of our cars on the track, and we are starting our pace laps. Drivers getting their tires warmed up. And this is going to be a 25-lap heat race. All right, one more trip around before we go green again. Eddie Hughes starting on the bottom. Scott Rochefort starting on the top. Top 4 will be inverted, so the driver finishing in 4th will start on the front row in the feature.
Time to focus.
Pace cars in.
Go.
And green flag is out there. We see Eddie Hughes taking off. We are side by side for first as we head into turns 1 and 2. Hughes with the nose, almost clear, and he is able to get clear. Eddie Hughes up to first now. We see Thomas Eggleston right on the back bumper of Scott Rochefort, able to get almost to the rear quarter pin of that 11 machine, but he is going to fall in line behind him. We see Scott Rochefort has gotten himself back together and setting his sights on your leader, Eddie Hughes. See what he's going to try to do here. And he also is getting pressure from Thomas Eggleston. Eggleston is actually starting to reel in Scott Roach for a little bit. He might try to make a pass here in turns 3 and 4. Watch out for that 78.
Fastest lap for Hughes, 20.8.
See, Scott Rochefort that time by just ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 20.67. And there we see Eggleston looking low under Rochefort, and oh, they make contact. We see Scott Rochefort is around. He is able to not collect anybody else. That's unfortunate. Seth French right now on the back bumper of Thomas Eggleston. French is looking low under that 78 machine. They're side by side on the back stretch. And there we go. We see Seth French up to second now. I thought maybe Eggleston was going to try to do a crossover there. Field's starting to get a little bit spread out. Only battle right now is really for that second place spot. Scott Rochefort, who has fallen to last, has just ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 20.66. He's looking to try to reel in fifth place Michael Wallace, who's about a second ahead of him. If he keeps turning lap times like that, he should be able to. Currently, here's how your heat race is looking. Eddie Hughes in first. Seth French in second. Thomas Eggleston in third. Got David Guarino running in fourth. And Michael Wallace currently in fifth. Doing a take a look here at the race info here at USA International Speedway. 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 48% humidity. It's overcast here and a little bit windy. 8 miles per hour wind speed. Track temperature is at 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And we are here at Lakeland, Florida, at the 0.6 of a mile USA International Speedway. I do know the cool thing about iRacing is that there are some defunct tracks on the platform, and one of those is USA International Speedway. USA International Speedway was a real track hosting many big events, but it closed in 2008. But it had been on iRacing before it closed. iRacing had scanned it, so it's still here on the platform for people's enjoyments, although it is gone. We do want to take this time to also thank the sponsors of tonight's event. That's Major's Garage and Club Jerky. Major's Garage is the home of free baseline setups, awesome affordable monthly subscriptions, telemetry, coaching, and more. If you're interested in any of those things, make sure to visit their website at majorsgarage.com. And Mayhem Racing League is a powered by Major's Garage League. And we would also like to thank Club Jerky. Club Jerky constantly searches the country to find great tasting beef jerky. Only the best is delivered to their members and gift recipients. You basically select the amount of beef jerky you want them to send you each month. You tell Club Jerky where to send the beef jerky. You can get it sent to your home, to your office, or even to someone special. And then like magic, fresh and delicious jerky will arrive in the mail every month. So if you're a beef jerky fan or you know someone that is a beef jerky fan, then Club Jerky is perfect for you or them. And I know Christmas is coming up, and if you have a jerky lover in your life, then it's a perfect Christmas gift. And if you're interested, go to clubjerky.com. Less than 10 laps to go for Eddie Hughes now, and he's currently sitting comfortable with a 5/10 lead over Seth French. Question is, will he be able to hold him off? That is the question. There hasn't been any passes here in this heat race since Seth French got by Thomas Eggleston, but I think we might be seeing a pass for the lead potentially soon. Here's a look from the cockpit cam of that 54 machine. Eddie Hughes, what a season he has had. 3 wins this season in an average finish of 3rd. He has probably led a lap in every single race pretty much. What an incredible season he has had. And coming into the last few races of the season, he is looking like he is the favorite to win the championship. Unless something bad happens here in these last couple races, then he should get the championship. But anything can happen, especially at a track like USA. So we'll see what happens for Mr. Eddie Hughes. Seth French has reeled in Eddie Hughes very, very quickly, and he's looking to try to make a pass here with 3 laps to go. Right now, your driver in 4th is David Guarino. It's looking like that 68 will be starting on that front row. Seth French continuing to reel in Eddie Hughes fast. He is coming. 2 laps to go now for that 54 machine to try to make a pass on Eddie Hughes, getting right up to that back bumper. I think we might try to see Seth French make a pass here in the next couple of laps. What is he going to try to do? Last lap for Seth French to try to make it by Eddie Hughes, or can Eddie Hughes hold off that 54? Heading into turns 1 and 2. French into the back bumper of Hughes, but it does not send him around. It actually hurts the 54 a little bit. 3 and 4. What's he going to try to do? Ooh, can he get there? No, he can't. Eddie Hughes is going to win your heat race, and he is going to have to start in 7th or 8th. All right, it is now time for our second heat race. Here's a look at your starting lineup. Starting on the pole with a 20.680, we have Stephen Rochefort. Outside of him, we have the 13 machine of Mike Durfee. In 3rd, it's California's own Sean Langton. 4th will be Kurt Workman. And then rounding at your top 5, we have David Enkmeyer in that number 08 machine. And then last but not least, it's Canada's own Jordan Durans. All right, the cars are on the grid, and we are getting set to go green. Looks like we do not have Jordan Durans on the grid. He may miss the start. There we go. We have him now in that number 48, the iconic Dairy Queen at number 48.
Stay behind the pace car.
And here we go. Stephen Rochefort, Mike Durfee taking off. See what it's gonna happen here. Another 25 lap heat race. Yes, I believe they do. One of the drivers in this heat race, Kurt Workman, he is making his first ever start. So I'm sure that they're always allowing new members. I can actually... Here is a link to their Discord if you want to join.
Stay calm. Focus. Go.
Here we go. Green flag is out, and there we see Stephen Rochefort taking off. Gets a great run trying to get clear of Mike Durfee as we head into turns 1 and 2. He does, and we are side by side for second between Sean Langton and Mike Durfee. We see Sean Langton is able to get clear, but he still has Durfee right on his back bumper. We are side by side for third. Ooh, contact made between David Ankenbauer and Mike Durfee. Ankenbauer getting all the way down onto the apron, and we see Mike Durfee able to get to third down. Durfee trying to reel in Sean Langton for that second spot. Yep, no problem, all the dirt. Again, thank you for tuning in to watch the broadcast, man. Hopefully we'll see you on the track in this league soon. Mike Durfee trying to get up there to Sean Langton. Stephen Rochefort just ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 20.87. He's just running away from the rest of the field in a whole nother zip code at the moment. Another fast lap time for Stephen Rochefort. Oh, and if you can't reach anybody on the Discord, All the Dirt, then make sure to visit their Facebook page at Mayhem Racing League. It's a group. You'll have to join the group. But you can also get some more information on there. I can, let me send you that link as well. There you go. Field's starting to get spread out as Stephen Rochefort has a 1 second lead right now over Sean Langton. Right now, here's how your top 5 is looking. You got Stephen Rochefort in first, Sean Langton in second, Mike Durfee in third, Kurt Workman in fourth, and David Ankenbauer in fifth. Yeah, again, no problem. I know their Discord is not as active as their Facebook group, so I thought that you might be able to get a little bit more information from their Facebook group than on Discord. I know this series has only a couple more races left. I also know that they also have a Mazda Miata league, and I believe they also have a street stock league as well. So if you're interested in either of those as well, you can also join those. We do have a battle for fourth beginning to brew. David Ankenbauer has reeled in Kurt Workman, and this is the battle for that spot, that invert spot. Whoever finishes in fourth will get to start on the pole or on the front row for the feature. So this is a very important battle right here. I mean, I don't know. Stephen Rochefort has just ran away from the rest of the field. Now's the perfect opportunity. I think we're going to pump up the intensity here at USA here during this heat race. And you'll get to hear the sounds and sights of the racetrack. We're back here with 4 laps to go in our second heat race with the Club Jerky Mayhem Modifieds powered by Major's Garage. We see Kurt Workman, while we were doing our pump up the intensity, was able to get by Mike Durfee for that 4th spot. So now it's looking like Mike Durfee will finish 4th, and with the invert, we'll start on the front row. Steven Rochefort has a 2-second lead right now. There, that's the gap between him and Sean Langton. White flag for Steven Rochefort. Can he keep that 2-second lead, or will something happen? We will see. And there we go. We see Steven Rochefort wins your second heat race. We're going to have another 5-minute warm-up before we officially start gridding for tonight's feature event. And this warm-up is just going to allow these drivers to get a little bit more track time in before the feature, and so that they can adjust their setups based on what they have learned from the heat races. And this league is open setup. And these drivers have all been provided a setup by tonight's sponsor, Major's Garage, and they can either use that setup as it is, adjust the setup to their own personal preferences, or use their own setup. It's up to the driver, so sometimes in this league, it's not always up to the driver. It can also be about setup to whoever wins or loses in this league. I know majority of the drivers use that Majors Garage setup just to support the sponsor, but I know some drivers will have their own setups. I will say, currently, we do want to thank the sponsors again. Club Jerky and Majors Garage. Club Jerky constantly searches the country to find great tasting beef jerky. Only the best is delivered to their members and gift recipients. You basically select the amount of beef jerky you want them to send you each month. You tell them where to send the beef jerky. You can get it sent to your house, to your office, or even to someone special. And then, like magic, fresh and delicious jerky will arrive in the mail every month for your enjoyment. And it's December, Christmas is coming up, and if you have a jerky lover in your life and you want to get them a gift, then definitely consider getting them Club Jerky, because it is the perfect gift. We also want to give a shout out to the other sponsor, and the sponsor that has provided our drivers with the setups, Majors Garage. Majors Garage is the home of free baseline setups, awesome affordable monthly subscriptions, telemetry, coaching, and more. Make sure to visit their website, majorsgarage.com, if you are interested in any of those things. Again, baseline setups, affordable monthly subscriptions, telemetry, coaching, and more. And Mayhem Racing League is a powered by Majors Garage league. Right now, coming into tonight's event, currently have 35 points separating first and second right now, and points between Eddie Hughes and Sean Langton. Both drivers have had great seasons. Eddie getting 3 wins and Sean Langton getting 2 wins so far this season. The question is, will we see one of those two get the win here tonight, or could we see a different winner? We will see. Here we go. We are now gridding for our 100-lap feature. Starting on the pole, finishing 4th in his respective heat race, we have the 08 of David Ankenbauer. Outside of him, it's the 68 of David Guarino. 3rd is the Midwest Zone Kurt Workman. 4th will be the Wide World of Motorsports Racing Team driver Thomas Egglestone. And then rounding out your top 5, it is Sean Langton. Then in 6th, we have Seth French in that 54 machine. 7th will be New England's Stephen Rochefort. In 8th, we have Eddie Hughes. P9 is Scott Rochefort. And then rounding out your top 10 in that 13, it's Mike Durfee. And then we, last but not least, the final 2 are Canadians. We have Michael Wallace and Jordan Durant, also with the Wide World of Motorsports Racing Team.
Laps. Stay behind the pace car in the outside column.
All right, here we go. David Ankenbauer starting on the bottom. David Guarino starting on the top. We got 12 drivers in the field here tonight. Every single one of them has a chance to win. The question is, who will it be? We will find out as we get ready for the green flag. Again, one more look at the race info. Got the weather, track link, where this track is located. All right, coming to the green flag, waiting for that pace car to make that hard left turn onto pit road.
Nice and neat. Stay out of
Pace car's in.
green.
And green flag is out. There we see it. David Ankenbauer taking off, but he is side by side with David Guarino as we head into turns 1 and 2. Can he get clear? Yes, he does. David Guarino is up to first now, and we are side by side for second. Kurt Workman is able to get by David Guarino, and now we see Sean Langton looking low under David Guarino. Guarino falling like a rock currently. We haven't even completed a lap yet. There we see Langton has finally been able to get by David Guarino. Guarino currently trying to reel back in Langton and try to take back that third spot. David Guarino looking to try to make a pass. Can he do it? He can't quite. And we are side by side now for fourth between Stephen Rochefort and David Guarino. And there we go. David Guarino is up to fourth now, and he will be setting his sights on your third place driver, Sean Langton. Eddie Hughes coming in on David Guarino as well. Eddie Hughes is actually side by side with Seth French. And French was able to get clear. See Sean Langton trying to reel in Kurt Workman for that that second spot. Kurt Workman is reeling in David Ankenbauer for first. He's looking to try to make a pass here in the next couple of laps. And he is under him. Side by side on the backstretch between Workman and Ankenbauer. And he is able to get clear. Kurt Workman is up to first now. Side by side for second between Sean Langton and David Ankenbauer. Langton with the nose. And he is able to get clear. Sean Langton is up to second now. So Ankenbauer falling like a rock at the moment after leading the first couple laps here in this feature event. Langton setting his sights on Kurt Workman now, and he's able to get to the rear quarter panel of that 93 machine side by side here on the front stretch. Langton's going to try to make a pass here in 1 and 2. There we go, side by side. We see Langton with the nose on the back stretch. And we see Sean Langton is able to get clear, and we are side by side for second now between Steve. Oh, caution flag is out. Seth French is around. All right, here we go. Here's what happened. We see Seth French was looking to try to get by David Guarino. He had Eddie Hughes behind him. It looks like David Guarino gets loose in front of him. French goes up to the high side to try to avoid hitting the 68. And it looks like he comes down a little bit, and that's going to send both him and Guarino into the outside wall. See Eggleston involved. Ooh, straight into the inside wall for Seth French. He's going to have a lot of damage to get fixed after that one. Unfortunate for that 54, who looked very, very fast. So right now, under caution, we take a look at our current top 5. Sean Langton is in first. Stephen Rochefort is in second. Third is Kurt Workman. And fourth, it's David Enkenbauer. And then rounding out your top 5 currently, it is Eddie Hughes. So far, biggest mover of the race, that'll belong to Stephen Rochefort. After winning his heat race, he had to start in that 7th spot, but very, very quickly he worked his way up to the field, and he is now trying to get that lead from Sean Langton. But the tough break is going to have to go to David Guarino. He had the opposite situation of Stephen Rochefort. He started in 2nd and has fallen to 7th, did not have the start that he wanted, lost a bunch of positions, and he's trying to make them all back here on this next restart. Pace car's in. And green flag is out. There we see Sean Langton taking off. He is able to get clear of Stephen Rochefort. Rochefort trying to get under that number 7 machine. So we head into turns 1 and 2, trying to reel him in. See what that 66 can do here on the backstretch. Rochefort has Workman right on his back bumper, giving him a little bit of pressure. And getting a great run here in turns 1 and 2. Stephen Rochefort looking to try to make a pass. Here's a look at the cockpit cam of that number 66 machine. Stephen Rochefort right now looking high, looking low.
Full course yellow, watch out.
And oh, another yellow flag is out. This time Seth French wrecking again.
Safety car's out, pits are closed.
So here is Seth French sitting behind Mike Durfee.
The leader's pitting now.
French looking to the high side of Mike Durfee. Then heading into 3 and 4. Just gets a big run right into the back of that 13 machine. That's going to slow him down. And Michael Wallace has nowhere to go except for right into the back of that 54. Straight into the outside wall. And, ooh, Jordan Duran's plowing in and getting some contact. So we are back under caution. Sean Langton continues to be your leader. He is in first. Stephen Rochefort in second. Kurt Workman is in third. Eddie Hughes fourth. And Thomas Eggleston is in fifth. And again, it looks like Seth French having to go into the pits. That's back-to-back wrecks he's been involved in. Seth French. And that's, we haven't even had 20 laps completed yet. Seth French not having the night that he wanted. Oh no! Something happened there under caution. Sean Langton went straight into the grass, but looks like he is back on track. And he will be restarting on the bottom. Stephen Rochefort will be restarting on the top. Behind them, it's Kurt Workman and Eddie Hughes. Pace car's in. Green flag is out, and there we see Sean Langton taking off. He is able to get clear of Stephen Rochefort, but Stephen Rochefort staying right on that back bumper of that 7 machine. He's reeling him back in turns 1 and 2. See what that 66 is going to try to do here. Coming into 3 and 4, trying to get a good run. Rochefort trying to get a good run. He is. Stephen Rochefort getting a great run there in 3 and 4. Here's a look at the cockpit cam from that number 66 machine. Both Stephen Rochefort and Sean Langton have just ran their fastest lap times of the race. But the fastest lap time of the race belongs to Thomas Eggleston in 5th right now. And he ran another great lap time with a 20.61. Look out for that 78 machine. He may not be in the top 3, but he's fast right now. Stephen Rochefort all over the back bumper of that 7 machine. He's looking low under him. He's probably going to make a pass in the next couple of laps under that 7 machine. There we go. He's able to get under him in turns 3 and 4. They're side by side on the front stretch. See Stephen Rochefort with the nose. Oh, almost making contact.
Full course yellow, watch out.
And we see yellow flag is out. Looks like Michael Wallace involved in this one. All right, so we see Michael Wallace looking low under David Guarino, and Guarino just flies way down into the 79 machine, and he goes boom, straight into the inside wall. That's going to destroy the front end of that 79 machine. So this is the first caution where we've seen Stephen Rochefort finally in the lead for the first time this race, and he's going to continue his status as the biggest mover of the race, gaining 6 spots since the green flag dropped. Here are the 2 results from both heat races. That was heat race number 2. We saw Stephen Rochefort win that heat race. And then the winner of heat race number 1 was Eddie Hughes. And both of them are in the top 3 right now.
right, Artie. Get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
All right, here we go. Getting ready to go back green. Stephen Rochefort restarting on the bottom. Sean Langton restarting on the top. Pace cars in. And there we go. Green flag is out there. We see Stephen Rochefort taking off. See Sean Langton trying to reel him in, trying to catch him. Sean Langton getting right there. It's looking like Langton's going to try to make a pass here in the next couple of laps. Wow, Langton getting right up to that back bumper, that 66 machine. This is a look from the cockpit cam of that 7 machine.
Yellow, be careful.
And another caution flag is out. This time we see Mike Durfee is around.
Full course yellow. It's a closed.
Okay, here's what happened. We see Durfee running in that 6th spot, has David Ankenbauer, Scott Rochefort behind him. And we see Ankenbauer getting a good big run here in 3 and 4. Makes contact with the rear quarter panel of that 13 machine, and that's going to send him around. Ooh, Jordan Duran's getting involved in that one as well. See some right rear damage for that 48 machine. So right now, here's a look at your current top 5. Got Stephen Rochefort in 1st. Sean Langton in 2nd. Eddie Hughes in 3rd. Thomas Eggleston in 4th. Kurt Workman in 5th. So far, it's really been the Stephen Rochefort, Sean Langton show. But watch out for that 34 machine. 3 wins this season, 1 last week. He's looking to try to get the win here.
Next time by.
All right, we're getting ready to go back green here. Stephen Rochefort will be restarting on the bottom. Sean Langton restarting on the top. Pace car's in. Green flag is out, and there we see Stephen Rochefort taking off. He is able to get clear of Sean Langton, but we still see Sean Langton right there on his back bumper, not letting him get away. Langton going to try to make a pass here. Right now looking at the cockpit cam from that number 7 machine. Looks like Sean Langton really having to turn that thing. Speaking of Sean Langton, he just ran his fastest lap time of the race with a 20.67. Could that be enough to get him by the 66 of Stephen Rochefort? We will see.
20.6.
Eddie Hughes just ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 20.58. Watch out for him. He is reeled in Sean Langton and is looking to try to make a pass here. But Langton still trying to pass Stephen Rochefort. Looks like Rochefort is extending his gap a little bit over Sean Langton, and Eddie Hughes is catching him. Hughes might try to make a pass here in the next couple of laps.
We've got a full course yellow.
And another caution flag is out. This time we see David Ankenbauer around. Jordan Duran's getting involved as well. All right, here's a look at what happened. We see Ankenbauer running behind Mike Durfee. This is the battle for that 9th spot. He's running in 9th right now. And we see Ankenbauer getting on the apron, which, oh, yeah, that's not good. That's going to send that 0-8 around. Michael Wallace barely misses getting damaged, but, ooh, Jordan Duran's nowhere to go, and he's going to get some air time flying in the air. That is on... Whoa! You do not see that often here at these short tracks. All right, here's a look at what happened. This is from Jordan Duran's perspective. So it was kind of like a sandwich between Ankenbauer and the wall, and that just sent Jordan Duran's up in the air. Yeah, I mean, you don't really... I agree, that was one heck of a ride right there. You do not see that very often here at these short tracks. Normally that's stuff that's safe for super speedways. But that was completely crazy. I did not know NASA and iRacing had teamed up. I guess that was a new thing in the new update. But that is right. iRacing Season 4 is now out. And there were some big changes. There were some big changes. First of all, we saw some big car additions. The Mercedes AMG W12 E Performance is out. We saw the Hyundai Elantra NTC and the Honda Civic Type R have been added. So 3 big road course cars for our iRacing road course fans out there. Speaking of road course, probably iRacing's most popular road course, Watkins Glen, got a rescan, and that looks absolutely gorgeous. Knock Hill Racing Circuit got added, one of the world's most popular road courses located in Scotland. You can now turn some laps there. The Porsche Racing Experience at Hockenheim Ring. Those are some time attack layouts. New things have been added to iRacing AI. And then there's also the Ready to Race button, which I had just seen. And that basically signals the rest of the field that you've completed your qualifying lap and you're ready to race. Pace car is in. And green flag is out there. We see Stephen Rochefort. He is able to get clear of Sean Langton. Eddie Hughes right now in the rear quarter panel of Sean Langton. Side by side through turns 1 and 2. Looks like Seth French just getting back out on track now. Oh no! We see contact with Sean Langton, a big pileup. Caution flag is out. That was just some tight racing up front. We will look at the replay. Uh-oh, that did not look good. All right. So we see this actually happened blah, 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 right here. So Langton was looking to try to get by Stephen Rochefort. He almost gets into the back of him. And then I guess he thought he was clear of Eddie Hughes, but he wasn't. Gets into that right front tire of the 34, and that's going to send him around. And that's just going to create this big pile up. Workman gets into Eddie Hughes, and then him and Sean Langton make contact. And this is going to send the 93 around. Dang, that's unfortunate. A lot of front runners involved in that most recent incident. So right now, currently under caution, and with a lot of front runners getting out of the top 5. Here's a look at our new top 5. Steve Rochefort in first, Eddie Hughes in second. We see Thomas Eggleston in third. Fourth right now is Scott Rochefort, and then right now, currently running in fifth, we have David Guarino.
safety car in this lap.
All right, lights on the pace car are off. We're getting ready to go back green. We got Stephen Rochefort restarting on the bottom. On the top, it's Eddie Hughes. Pace car is in. Green flag is out, and there we see Stephen Rochefort taking off. He is able to get clear of Eddie Hughes, but Hughes staying right on the back bumper of that number 66 machine. He's reeling him in fast. Hughes looking to try to make a pass here. 3-time winner this season and last week's winner. Looking to try to add a 4th win to his resume this season. Right on the back bumper, that 66 here through 3 and 4. And we see another caution flag come out. This time, David Guarino is involved. Ooh, hold on, let me rewind. I got to the replay right in the middle of the action. So it looks like as we are heading here onto the front stretch, see Durfee slides down, maybe trying to miss hitting the wall, and gets right into that 68 machine. Both of them getting some airtime. What is it with USA International Speedway and cars flying in the air? I guess since it's Florida, and that's a big state for space activity. I know that the Kennedy Space Center is in Florida. I don't know the distance from the Kennedy Space Center to where we are at here in Lakeland. Who knows? That could have a correlation. iRacing giving these race cars some rockets. That's actually something that I'm going to look up here. So where we're at here at USA International Speedway, that is 1 hour and 34 minutes away from the Kennedy Space Center. So not too far away at all. I know the Kennedy Space Center is right on the coast of Florida, while Lakeland, Florida, which is where USA International Speedway was located, that's like right in the middle of Florida. So right now, here's a look at your current top 5. We do see Sean Langton was able to get back into the top 5, but we got Steve Rochefort in first, Eddie Hughes in second, Scott Rochefort third, Thomas Eggleston fourth, Sean Langton in fifth. We've already lost like 5 cars just from all the wrecks that we've seen.
Get ready, race will resume at the end of this lap.
Alright, we are now officially getting ready to go back green here. Stephen Rochefort will be restarting on the bottom. On the top will be Eddie Hughes. Pace car's in. And green flag is out. There we see Stephen Rochefort taking off. He's able to get clear of Eddie Hughes. But Eddie Hughes staying right there on that back bumper of that 66 machine. He's reeling him right in. Again, Hughes getting right up to that back bumper of that 66 machine, looking to try to make a pass here. Hughes right there almost got into Stephen Rochefort there. Here's a look at that cockpit cam. And look at this. 67 laps in. Older tires for Stephen Rochefort. And he just ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 20.53. That is incredible. But we see Eddie Hughes also running his fastest lap time of the race. I will say, though, we will have to end the stream early here to get the broadcast ready for the SCSRA Xfinity Series coming up. But I will announce the winner of tonight's event when the broadcast goes back live. So make sure to turn on notifications so you will be able to catch that. So see you then for the SCSRA Xfinity Series broadcast.